A seismic shift in momentum here in the fourth quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
And you know as well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily the call. And in this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
The Steelers offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. A golden opportunity for them now following the interception. They need to try to at least get 3. Obviously, a touchdown puts them in a much more secure position. They'll come out throwing here on first down. Completing it to the right side, Johnson. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7. At the Vikings 10-yard line.
On the draw, it's Harris. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. Now they're staring at 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard.
After a play like that, everyone on defense has got to go to the defensive line and give them their kudos. They destroyed everything inside. No place for the runner to go with the ball.
The Steelers on 3rd down. They've had a lot of chances, but not much success, converting only 3 times. This is 3rd and 8. And that almost intercepted. Oh, they would have loved to have their first pick of the game right there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. It's what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here again comes the captain of this offense, leading his crew back out there now. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
And, you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
1 yard. Brings up
He'll drop to throw.
the 20-yard line.
He'll dump this off to Cook. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 3.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Justin Lane. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. We say it often, Charles, but not all interceptions are created equally, and that is a big one here in a tie ball game in the fourth quarter.
And, Brandon, when games are this close, it usually comes down to the team making the fewest mistakes, and that was one of our mantras back at Tennessee. Coach Major used to say all the time, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. You've got to cut those down to give yourself an opportunity.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
It's now 2nd and 10.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Complete. It's Johnson. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'd love to get a little closer if they need to kick the field goal on 4th down. From this spot, it's 46 yards. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he will have the 1st down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. 74 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
1st down, Steelers.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Now back to throw. He gets it complete to Harris. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be second down. He'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And the Steelers are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
So the ball position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. They'll look to throw again. And caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Steelers. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Steelers are going to take the lead.
I know I'm not supposed to ask questions in this situation. I'm supposed to have answers. But I have to ask, with so many people in such a small area here in the red zone, I can't imagine how they lose a guy of his size and he finds his way open for a touchdown.
The extra point now coming from Myers. And they will take a 7-point lead now. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Let's go!
And now out comes Minnesota. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Here's 2nd and 8. Setting up the screen for Cook. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
I thought that wasn't a bad time to call the screen. I thought late game, down on the scoreboard, had to figure they were expecting a pass downfield.
Yeah, so the edge rushers, they're coming. That could have hit big. You're right. Good recognition defensively to snuff that one out. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. They'll look to throw. And he's got his big tight end here. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. Fair catch called for and made right at the 25-yard line.
The Steelers take over 1st and 10.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's got his tight end Freiermuth right side. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
It's vitally important to wrap him up immediately because if you let that big guy get a head of steam up, boy, then you've got real trouble trying to get him down.
But they're able to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now, this is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here. They're going to look to throw.
He'll fire this deep for Ayuk.
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play that time through the air. 34 yards. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. They'll run again with Harris. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On 3rd down, here's Harris. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. This to make it a 2-score game. And Myers able to knock it through. And that will push the lead up to double digits now at 10. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done. But, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for him, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. All right, Charles Davis, what do we make of these numbers, and what's happened to the big tight end here?
Well, I think a lot of times we talk so much about adjustments and what you're going to do at halftime that maybe we miss what actually goes on, because the sense is that, they go in at the half, they just change everything. That's not really true. A Super Bowl winning quarterback out of New York always used to say, you've worked all week on a game plan. There's a reason you have it. Just either play it better or make subtle tweaks to it. Otherwise, there's no sense even going into a ball game. A lot of times that's what they do. Just find a little subtle thing, one little change, and maybe it can make things a little bit better. I think that's a big pickup for a 1st down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a 1st down. Executed it to perfection. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped in incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game. So this one in the win column for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And it took a big 4th quarter to do it, but bottom line, they got the job done.
Yeah, it is the bottom line, isn't it? A few anxious moments along the way, though. A few sweaty palms, not just for the team, but for their fans. As you mentioned, down going into the 4th quarter. How about the rally? How about the comeback? Getting it done on both sides of the ball, holding them when they needed to, and finding ways to get points when they had the football.
So for Pittsburgh, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they'll have another road date next week with the Cincinnati Bengals. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, the early struggles continue as they'll sink to 0-3. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Cleveland to take on the Browns.